30 Bahraini fashion designers joined the Integrated Fashion Design Training Program launched by the Labor Fund Tamkeen in partnership with the Plus 973 Artisanat Creative Entrepreneurs Incubator and delivered by the French Fashion Institute Esmod. This initiative is part of Tamkeen's continuous support for the creative industry sector, with fashion being one of the rapidly growing fields within the sector. And to talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined here today at the studio by Tamkeen's Director of Workforce Enterprise and Startup Enablement, Marwa El Eskafi, and Fashion Designing Trainee, Yahya El Awali. Welcome, how are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Good, happy to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you both. First of all, Ms. Marwa, we'd like to ask you, how did the idea of fashion design training programs transpire? Where did that come from?
It's part of Tamkeen's continuous support for the creative sectors. Fashion design has been one of the fastest growing segments within that sector. We were seeing a lot of entrepreneurial activity within that sector, and it's become very important to support in developing Bahraini entrepreneurs and helping them with becoming internationally competitive.
Definitely, and I think it's a great field to invest in because there's so much individuality as well as culture into fashion. You can tell a lot from fashion about a time period, about a culture. And what about you, Yahya? What can you tell us about your experience with this program?
To be honest, before I answer your question, I wanted to thank Her Excellency Ms. Maha Abdul Hamid Mufiz, which is the CEO of Tamkeen, the Chief Executive of Tamkeen. As well, I want to thank Her Excellency Dr. Sheikha May bint Sulaiman Al-Ataibi, the Plus 973, the Executive CEO of Plus 973 Artisanat Creative Entrepreneurs. And as well Esmod Dubai for creating the best experience, which is designing this program for us. As well, we can say it was not a normal program, it was a transformative program for us that led us to either in this day create a new brand professionally or enhance our previous brand in a professional way.
Wonderfully said. And you know, it's great to see how much support has gone into this training program because like we said earlier, I mean, fashion, whether you're someone who has a passion for it, and even for those who don't, I think everyone kind of has a passion for it, whether they know it or not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all kind of, whether we're subconsciously choosing something to wear in the morning, whether we're in a rush or anything, I think there are these subconscious little choices that we make. How did you get into this very well-endowed program?
So, at the beginning, when I started fashion in 2020, my first suit. So when people they were looking at me designing and wearing these glam suits in events, one day I just got 10 notifications from different people that Tamkeen, they're going to put a fashion training program. Just go with it, enter. And I was a little bit scared at the beginning to go through a big thing, which I don't have that big background about it. But thank God that I went with it.
No, absolutely, and it's great to see that you followed that instinct, and you know, I mean, you know, that you followed your passion, and you know, you've made the most of it. And again, I'm just in awe about like how much resources have been put into this. It really shows that here in the Kingdom of Bahrain, we have a bit of something for everyone. Any kind of passion is catered to, and you have the means of pursuing that. Now, back to you, Ms. Marwa. What can you tell us about the fruitful cooperation between Tamkeen and Plus 973 Artisanat Creative Entrepreneurs Incubator, as well as the French Fashion Institute?
I think the Plus 973 Artisanat Incubator is one of the most established incubators in Bahrain for fashion. It's been supporting Bahraini fashion designers for years. So it was such a natural partnership to transpire and for us to come together to launch a program that is able to support Bahraini entrepreneurs in the fashion sector. And Esmod Dubai, the French institute that has presence in Paris, Tokyo, and Dubai, has been working with thousands of fashion designers for over 184 years globally, was selected as a partner because of their wealth of expertise in supporting fashion designers across their journey, from early adoption to more established fashion designers with recognizable brands, be able to launch collections and reinvent themselves. So the program came together quite nicely to support Bahraini entrepreneurs.
And brilliant to see the story behind it as well. I mean, you're kind of adding to a legacy, essentially. And now, Yahya, can you tell us a little bit about the teamwork and cooperation between the participants during the program? What was your everyday activities like?
To be honest, I will not consider it as a team, we will consider it as family. To be honest, in this program, we were supporting each other a lot. Each designer have participated in this program have come from a different background. Either they know some, the people they know some drawing, they know how to draw. Some people they know how to stitch. They know how to use the sewing machine. So each person has a different background. So we support each other. Like for example, when we used to do the stitching part of this program, I was the person who knows how to thread the machine. So I used to thread the machine for them, changing the needle. And they were cutting for me the fabric so we don't waste our time on the same day. So we finished our work so fast, and thank God that I have this amazing connection with them during this program.
That's brilliant. I mean, I'm really impressed by the fact that you can actually sew and stuff, because I've tried to sew stuff if something rips and it's not a good result. And it's also great to see that that spirit of teamwork is alive, because I know that from the very little I know about the fashion industry, I do know that it can be very competitive. So it's nice that you're able to engage with it in such a cohesive way as well. And now back to you, Ms. Marwa. The program provides Bahraini fashion designers with a comprehensive 19-month training program. And there are workshops that focus on skill building and brand management. Can you delve a little deeper into that? What would participants expect?
Participants go through multiple phases in the program. In the first phase, they learn a lot about fashion design, about pattern making, which is such a crucial skill for every fashion designer. It's the most important skill to spur creativity and change in the fashion industry. And then they learn a lot about building a fashion business, so building a fashion brand, how to market their collections. And once they were able to create a brand and maybe an initial collection, they are shortlisted into the second phase of the program, which involves, I would say, a bespoke mentorship route for them to be able to launch their businesses.
Wonderful. And back to you, Yahya. The program focuses on both skills enhancement and shifting your mindset to develop a fashion brand. What does the future have in store for you? Where do you hope to take it next?
To be honest, because of this program, I learned a lot of stuff, have changed me to the person I am today as well. Do not just think about what I will be wearing. I have to think as well what people they might wear as well, and what they will like to see in the fashion in here, local in Bahrain, and future-wise, inshallah, and GCC and Arab world and world. Doing this program as well helped me to see and learn the technicals and how to sew and the drawings. I used to only draw by digital line on iPad, but now I know how to draw the right figures, how to create a full collection, from where we get the inspiration to build a full story from this. So after going this program, now I can see myself as a fashion designer, have my own certificate, and then go through building my own future brand.
Wonderfully said. And I think you brought up a very important part that, you learned how to draw with figures and everything. Because I think one of the things about fashion that makes it such a great industry is that it's very people focused. You're making stuff, like you said, not just for yourself, but for other people to wear as well. And you need to think about that. And I think it's great that you have that very applied vision when it comes to your art. So, I mean, it might seem like such a small thing when we bring it up like this, but it's one of those things that I think anyway is so essential to the field. So I'm glad that that's something that stuck with you. And now back to you, Ms. Marwa. The top 15 candidates are provided, as you mentioned, mentorship to enhance their concepts and support them in launching in the market. What would that really entail? Like, is the mentorship going to be somewhat like a continuation of the workshops, or would that mentorship be more of an applied situation?
Both, I would say. It's both a continuation and being able to further develop the collections that the fashion designers developed in the first phase of the program. It essentially supports them in launching their first collections and building a regionally and globally recognized brand. It provides hand-holding through the different stages of doing that, whether it's the initial development, the review, tailoring to I'd say the runway and different aspects of being able to fully launch a brand and market it and brand it.
Brilliant. And I think, again, I'll just say another fantastic thing about this entire industry is the fact that you get to see something real, tangible. You see something that you've taken from a concept, and then all of a sudden someone's wearing it down the runway. And you know, we're fortunate enough to have an example of some work today. So could you give me a run through?
Yeah. So when we did this program, we have a part called the sustainable fashion. The sustainable fashion is where you deconstruct and reconstruct old outfits to a new glam designs, or let's say new outfits. So in here, as you can see, I took my old jacket and my old purple shirt, denim shirt, and I took like some pieces and reconstruct the old pieces into this garment, and I added the abaya, an old abaya of my sister-in-law's, and I kept it as a trail from the back. So from a normal outfit to a garment, amazing garment, as you can see.
No, it's incredible, and it's very unique, and I like the idea that you have something that's very Western, like denim. We usually, like, I usually think of early 2000s America or something when someone talks to me about denim, or even, you know, cowboys. I mean, that's a tradition, that's another, like, stereotype I have. But you managed to add, you know, a Bahraini twist to it, which is the abaya. And is that something we should come to expect if we, inshallah, see more of your designs?
Maybe. It's a secret.
We'll find out soon, inshallah. Is there anything else you guys would like to add before we conclude?
Just I want to say one thing. Because of Tamkeen and Plus 973 and Esmod Dubai created us to be a professional designers in the future. My advice for people, if you find a program from Tamkeen, just go with it. Don't hesitate, because you will see yourself better and better, because every design program have provided Tamkeen to us very amazingly done, and we didn't expect that one day we will reach to this level.
Absolutely. Anything to add, Ms. Marwa?
Thank you for that, Yahya. And I'd say just a call to all aspiring fashion designers to join these programs and work on developing themselves, their skills and their collections to be able to compete on the global stage, and that's what we aspire for.
Absolutely, and I think it's great that we here in the Kingdom of Bahrain have entities like Tamkeen which are able to take our talents and, you know, really develop them into something tangible through which we can show what the talents of Bahrain have to offer. And, you know, it really shows you that, I mean, as cheesy as it sounds, you can follow your dream and make something out of it. And, you know, luckily here, alhamdulillah, in the Kingdom of Bahrain, we have the means, we have the government support in order to make all of that possible. Thank you guys so much for joining us again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be back with even more here on Bahrain Now.